Then late the joy ineffable is felt. Then he remembers his forgotten self. He has refound the skies from which he fell. At length his front's indomitable line forces the last passes of the ignorance, advancing beyond nature's last known bounds. Recoin, rec-
Reconnoitering,
reconnoitering, the formidable beyond the landmarks of things visible, it mounts through a miraculous upper air, till climbing the mute summit of the world, he stands upon the splendor peaks of God.
well, I'm losing some of your words. Uh, don't know why. I didn't get formidable. So let's see. We'll begin. So the joy ineffable, the joy, something that is ineffable, it can't be expressed. It's
Mm,
describable, unutterable.
okay.
So that's the joy that he feels. And
Mm,
and feeling that, then he begins to remember his forgotten self.
and yeah.
He even finds again the skies from which he fell. So this is when has taken birth. He remembers now, refines these skies from which he fell.
Mm,
At length, and there's a full stop there. At
yeah.
length, front's indomitable line, indomitable, unconquerable, can't be
Okay.
overcome, cannot be
Okay.
overcome, cannot be vanquished or subdued.
Got it.
Forces the last passes of the ignorance. So we're still in that kind of semi-military uh, vision.
Visualize. Yeah.
So he forces the last passes. These passes are away, especially like a narrow gap between the mountains. So that he forces those last passes. But these are passes of the ignorance.
Ignorance.
And I think we've done the ignorance before.
Yes. Yeah, we have.
Yes. So he advances now beyond nature's last known bounds. And we have done nature, I believe. Have we
Yes,
not?
we have. Yes, we have.
Reconnoitering the formidable unknown. To reconnoiter something is to explore it, to
Okay.
to
Okay.
examine or explore it. So to reconnoiter an area is to go through this area and
Understood.
explore it.
Hmm.
Formidable unknown. Formidable here is not so much fear or dread, or that can be part of it, but it's an unknown of great strength, a great power, great awesome strength, we could say, or difficulty.
Hmm.
So he's reconnoitering this. He's reconnoitering this unknown because he has to see where he's going. And he has to reconnoiter it even beyond the landscape,
Hmm.
the landmarks of things visible. So not only the apparent physical appearance of something, but beyond the landmarks of things that are visible. It mounts through a miraculous upper air. So he's climbing now.
Yeah.
When he says it mounts, then he says in the next line, till climbing the mute summit, the silent summit of the world, he stands upon the splendor peaks of God. Oh, what a powerful, powerful
Hmm.
passage. But this is this is death.
Hmm.
Still talking,
Okay.
still talking to
Okay.
Savitri.
Okay.
Okay, so let's continue.
I thought of reading the same lines again because now when I read it, I didn't quite feel it. So maybe like sometimes when you give the explanation and then when I read it, it comes better. So I'll just give it a try.
Fine. It's a good idea. Then
Then
late.
late the joy ineffable is felt. Then he remembers his forgotten self. He has refound the skies from which he fell. At length his front's indomitable line
No,
forces
indomitable. Indomitable.
indomitable. At length his front's indomitable line forces the last passes of the ignorance, advancing beyond nature's advancing beyond nature's last known bounds, reconquering the
No,
I still didn't get the word.
we'll do it slowly. Reconnoitering.
Ah,
Reconnoitering.
reconnoitering.
Very good.
Reconnoitering.
Reconnoitering, yes.
Got it. Yeah. Reconnoitering the formidable unknown. Beyond the landmarks of things visible, it mounts through a miraculous upper air, till climbing the mute summit of the world, he stands upon the splendor peaks of God.
Okay, now
In way, yeah,
I have to just for a moment. Well, it's okay. I think climbing the B is not sounded.
climbing. Okay, till climbing the summit.
Yes, it's sort of
Okay,
a silent B there.
okay. Till
Oh,
climbing the summit, till climbing the mute summit of the world, he stands upon the splendor peaks of God. In vain thou mournst
no,
that
no, no, no. Vain, vain. V.
in vain thou mournst that Satyavan must die.
Yeah, it's mournst, mournst. Think
In
of morning,
mournst,
morning,
mourn, mourn,
Mourning is the same sound as mourning. So
mournst.
morning and evening or morning for a lost one is the same sound pronunciation.
Okay.
So here it is shortened because it's poetic and it's mournst.
In vain thou mournst that
Mourn,
Satyavan must
mourn,
die.
mournst,
Mournst,
mournst.
mournst.
That's it.
Okay, I still have not got it, but I'll try. Mo-
Well,
uh,
think
mourn,
of morning when you say it.
mourn,
Morning, mournst.
mourns.
That's it. You got it.
Okay. In vain thou mournst that Satyavan must die. His death is a beginning of greater life. Death is the spirit's opportunity.
Wow. So, mournst is a native English form of the verb to mourn.
To mourn, yeah.
Now it's only used in poetic usage and formal usage.
Okay.
And we see so much of this in Savitri because it is written at times in a very high language when the main characters are speaking.
Mm,
Savitri speaks to Satyavan,
mm,
and Death speaks to Savitri, or Ashwapati speaks to Narad,
mm,
and we have all of these almost you could say formal sounds
mm.
formal and poetic sounds like mournst, or if you seal something, sealst,
Hmm.
sealed,
Yeah.
and we have to take this into our understanding. We have discussed Satyavan before.
Yes.
Good. So death says very clearly that you mourn in vain
Hmm.
that Satyavan must die because his
Yeah.
death
This is
is.
still Narad speaking.
Sorry, this is still Narad speaking. Yes,
Yeah.
because he says, "In vain you mourn that
Hmm.
Satyavan must die because his death is a beginning of greater life.
Yeah.
Death is the spirit's opportunity." Well, at this point in the story, that this is correct
Hmm.
because until we are plastic enough to be able to change the body at will,
Yeah.
we have to give it up
Yeah.
and take a new body.
Yeah.
So Narad is telling her this, and he says here, even in the next lines, this very, very important thing. A vast,
A, a vast intention has brought two souls close, and love and death conspire towards one great end.
well, to conspire is to work together toward
Yeah.
the same
Yeah.
result.
Yeah.
They're working together for the same result.
Yeah.
And then he's going to continue on telling her these things, and we have to go through them.
Yeah. For out of danger and pain, heaven bliss shall come. Time's unforeseen event, God's secret plan. This world was not built with ransom bricks of chance. A blind God is not destiny's architect. A conscious power has drawn the plan of life. There is a meaning in each curve and line. It is an architect high and grand, by many named and nameless mansions built, in which unseeing hands obey the unseen, and of its master builders she is one.
Oh, how beautiful, huh?
Yeah.
Now, I'm not quite, just give me a moment I need to get 460, right?
460, yeah.
Yeah, 460. Here we are. Okay. So we have to go back now to 459. And let's go through those lines of 459. Um,
A vast intention?
yes, a vast intention.
Intention, yeah.
Now, what is that vast intention? The vast intention has drawn what? Two souls close, right?
Yeah, yeah. They are speaking about the divine plan of bringing Satyavan and Savitri close.
Yes. And then carry on.
He says that here the love and death is conspiring to something greater because he says
Yeah.
that towards one great end.
Yes.
And then he says, for out of danger and pain, heaven bliss shall come. So even though they are experiencing or they are going through danger and pain, for them they will experience the heaven's bliss.
Very good. Very good. Yes.
And he says, time's unforeseen event, God's secret plan. So this is unseen in for us. In time, it seems unseen, but this event is already God's secret plan.
And this is the idea of predestination.
Mm.
that, or predetermination,
Yeah.
that this was determined beforehand,
Yeah.
that all this should happen. And when Narad comes, he has to come to tell them what is the reason for all of this.
Mm.
He's going to speak to the queen in a few moments
Yeah.
and speak to her and try to make her understand, because she's reacting with human emotions,
Yeah.
and she has been reacting with these human emotions since he said that Satyavan must die in 12 months.
Yeah.
So now we'll go to this a blind God.
There was one more line which says, "This world
Right,
was not built with ransom bricks of chance." So he's
and
saying that
right,
it's not random chance and occurrences that happen around us.
exactly.
And he says a blind God is not the architect. Like it's not destiny's architect. So it's not what we think as the destiny, or like you said, the predetermination. It's not a blind architect who's just doing it. There is
But
a conscious power, there is a
yes,
conscious meaning, and everything has a meaning. Like he says, curve and line. And
and
then,
plan of life also.
yeah, planet life.
So this conscious power has drawn the entire plan of life.
Hmm.
Which, see, this lady writes to me all the time. She's a little crazy.
Yeah.
Well, more than a little crazy. And she's always asking for advice, which I don't usually give, except in Sri Aurobindo's words. And she says now that, the world is hopeless. Well, it seems like that. It
Yeah.
surely seems like that, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And it's COVID also. People are so concerned about this COVID. What does Mother say? Mother says these things come, and eventually the divine wipes them out, eradicates them.
Hmm.
And that time has not yet come with COVID, but it will come, and then there'll be something else
Yeah.
until the supramental being begins to come, take its place on earth. Then everything will change. It may be one person, it may be a number of persons.
Yeah.
It may be 10 years, it may be 300 years, as Sri Aurobindo said.
Yeah.
It's going to happen.
Yeah.
The world is not going to be destroyed. So a conscious power has drawn the plan of life, and there is a meaning in each curve and line of life.
Hmm.
Imagine that.
Yeah.
But you're beginning to understand a lot better now,
Hmm.
Prema. I find that you're catching it. You're
Hmm.
catching it.
Okay.
It's wonderful. So let's carry on.
And he says it is an architect high and grand. I
No,
really like that line.
an
It says
architecture.
architecture. Yeah, it is an architecture high and grand, by many named and nameless mansions built,
No, masons.
masons built.
Okay, so what are these named and nameless masons? They're the gods,
Yeah.
or the avatars, or the vibhutis.
Okay.
See, so it's an architecture that's built by these named.
Hmm.
Some of them are named, some of them are nameless.
Nameless.
They've done something in the world that nobody knows about, and
Hmm.
they've created a change
Yeah.
in which unseen hands obey the unseen.
Yeah.
So that's very interesting. So unseen hands still obey the unseen.
Unseen. Yeah.
And Sri Aurobindo speaks of the unseen. Huh?
Yeah.
We did that once. It's
No, we
only,
did.
well, I'll read it to you.
Yeah.
The unseen with whom there can be no pragmatic relations, unseizable, featureless, unthinkable, undesignable by name, whose substance is the certitude of one self, in
Hmm.
whom world existence is stilled, who is all peace and bliss. That is the self. That is what must be known. And he took this from the Mandukya Upanishad.
Okay.
So then he says, of these unseeing hands that obey the unseen, but of those unseeing hands and of its master builders, Savitri is
Is
one.
one. Yeah. So shall we stop there, Narad, and read through the entire paragraph and
Yeah,
starting?
yeah, I think that's a good idea to do that, yes.
Yeah.
Remember now those couple of words. What?
Yes.
Architecture,
Architecture,
right?
moans,
Mourns. No,
moans,
remember morning? Mourns.
mourns, mourns,
Mourns. Mourns.
mourns,
I'm not hearing.
mourns,
I'm not hearing your ST.
mourns.
That's it. Now we get
Okay.
it. Very good.
And reconnoitering.
Reconnoitering. Very good.
Yeah. Then late the joy ineffable is felt. Then he remembers his forgotten self. He has refound the skies from which he fell. At length his friend's indomitable line at length his friend's indomitable line.
What's that word? What? No, I'm not getting that. Just a second.
Indomitable.
No, his what line?
At length his friend's indomitable line.
Ah, all right, let me get this because I'm not getting that very clear from you. Let's see where it is now. It's here. What I was missing is the word front.
At length his friends, his friends in
fronts.
fronts in.
Actually, possessive. His fronts, the indomitable line of his front. So I could not get that word at all. Fronts.
Okay.
No. Okay. At length.
At length his front's indomitable line
Yes.
forces the last passes of the ignorance.
What does forces mean here?
Like pushing through, like
Good.
moving.
Very good. Very good.
Forces the last passes of the ignorance, advancing beyond nature's last known bounds. Reconnoitering the formidable unknown, beyond the landmarks of things visible.
Yes, but it's landmarks. Landmarks. The D has sound.
Okay. Beyond the landmarks of things visible.
Good.
It mounts through a miraculous upper air, till climbing the mute summit of the world.
Don't sound the P in climbing.
Till climbing the mute summit of the world, he stands upon the splendor peaks of God. In vain thou mournst that Satyavan must die.
Mourn.
In vain thou mournst that Satyavan must die.
Good.
His death is the beginning of greater life. Death is the spirit's opportunity. A vast intention has brought two souls close, and love and death conspire towards one great end. For out of danger and pain, heaven bliss shall come. Time's unforeseen event, God's secret plan.
Wouldn't it be better to say, for out of danger and pain, heaven bliss shall come?
Yes, makes sense, yeah. For out of danger and pain, heaven bliss shall come.
Good.
Time's unforeseen event, God's secret plan. This world was not built with random bricks of chance. A blind God is not destiny's architect. A conscious power has drawn the plan of life. There is a meaning in each curve and line. It is an architecture high and grand, by many named and nameless masons built, in which unseeing hands obey the unseen. And of its master builders, she is one.
So very good, except I would say that we have to continue here the line from it is an architecture high and grand by
Okay.
many named and nameless masons built, in
Okay.
which, see, so there's no punctuation there at the end of those two lines.
Yeah. Let me try those lines again.
Okay,
It is an architecture high and grand, by many named and nameless masons built, in which unseeing hands obey the unseen, and of its master builders she is one.
pretty good, pretty good. You've got three new words today, pronunciations,
Mourns,
and definition. Mourns.
mourns,
Say,
mourns.
you always say moan.
Good
It's not
morning.
more,
Because
mourn.
I think I say good morning. I don't say morning. So that's the first pronunciation I need to correct. Good morning, Narad. So I start my day not with namaste. I'll start with good morning.
Very good. Okay.
Good
And then
morning, Narad.
good morning. And what is the next word?
Uh, reconnoitering,
Reconnoitering.
reconnoitering, and
Reconnoit.
climbing,
Climbing.
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 Yeah.
Thank you. Namaste.
Namaste, Narad.
Okay.